Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu recently reaffirmed his administration's commitment to break barriers and dismantle discrimination in a move to ensure an environment where women can flourish, as he empowered 1,700 beneficiaries with working tools to enhance entrepreneurship in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu expressed this commitment during the year 2025 second phase of the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative, MESI, which took place at the Blue Roof, Alausa Ikeja, Lagos, and was organized by the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA. The governor, who was represented by his wife, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, described the initiative as a program through which the government showed commitment to creating opportunities for women to thrive and to safeguard their rights. Governor Sanwo-Olu, while noting that one of his greatest passions was to empower women, said he had over the years seen firsthand that empowering a woman always translated to empowering a family, a community, and indeed the entire society.
The Micro Enterprise Support Initiative, MESI. This initiative is not just another program of government, it is a bold statement of our administration's unwavering commitment to creating opportunities for women to thrive and safeguarding their rights in our society. One of my greatest passions as governor is the empowerment of women. Time and time again, I have seen that when you empower a woman, you empower a family, you empower a community, and indeed the entire society. Women are the foundation of homes, the drivers of small businesses, and the nurturers of future generations. Supporting them is not just a responsibility, it is a strategic investment in the collective prosperity of Lagos State. The Micro Enterprise Support Initiatives, MESI, was designed with this vision in mind, to strengthen women-owned businesses, provide the needed capital and tools, and give our hard-working women a clear pathway to financial independence and dignity, as testified by some of the beneficiaries today. Today's beneficiaries will receive more than financial and material support. They will receive renewed hope and a greater opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the economic growth of the state. Only a few months ago, in April this year, I had the privilege of attending another MESI Empowerment Series at this same venue. That gathering, like this one, strengthened our determination to sustain this noble cause of uplifting women through enterprise support. It gives me great satisfaction to see the tangible impact this program is already making in households and communities across Lagos. Our administration remains resolute in protecting and advancing the rights of women. We will continue to strengthen policies, laws, and institutions that guarantee safety, dignity, and equal opportunities for all women in Lagos State. We are intentional about breaking barriers, dismantling discrimination, and creating an enabling environment where women can flourish without hindrance. To the beneficiaries of today, I warmly congratulate you. This support is a seed. Nurture it with discipline, determination, and diligence, and you will surely reap abundant harvest. Let me, however, sound a note of caution. Do not sell the equipment or misuse this opportunity. Let me repeat it again. Do not sell the equipment or misuse this opportunity. These resources have been provided to change your story, to lift your families, and to strengthen your communities. I expect you to use them productively to build sustainable businesses and to also empower others in return. Before I close, I must acknowledge the tireless efforts of the Honorable Commissioner of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Honorable Bolaji Cecilia Dada, whose consistent dedication and passion have been instrumental in translating our vision into impactful programs that touch lives across this state. I also commend the Permanent Secretary, Mrs. Rianat Ajibike Onibanjo, and the entire staff of WAPA for their commitment to excellence and their steadfast work in ensuring that every initiative of the ministry directly addresses the needs of our women and vulnerable groups. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatness of Lagos lies in the strength of its people, and that strength is deeply rooted in the empowerment of our women. I believe that if we sustain this momentum, we can build a Lagos of resilience, inclusivity, and shared prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, before I close, I still want to remind you of the importance of the advocacy that was mentioned earlier on sexual and gender-based violence. It is real. The government of Lagos State is very much against it. The lady that came in had mentioned the helpline that you can use. Please use them to help a friend, a neighbor, a relation. Don't say it doesn't concern you. Please, when you see something, do something and act. Don't pretend that it's not your problem because it affects another human being. We are supposed to lift each other up, be our brother's keeper at all times in all situations. Please, again, the equipment that are being provided here by Lagos State and the free training that has been given, please don't waste the opportunity and remember to train others. Once again, thank you and God bless you all. Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, Governor of Lagos.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, Mrs. Bolaji Cecilia Dada, described the program as a platform designed to strengthen the economic backbone of women, families, and communities across the state. She noted that 70% of the beneficiaries were graduates of the state's tuition-free skills acquisition centers, carefully selected to continue their journey from training into productive enterprise.
Whose lifestyle has changed. Now they can take care of their children, they can take care of themselves, they can take care of their families. I'm sure you also want to be one of such. Some of them are exporters of their products. They are exporting their products already. I pray that the Lord will direct you and success will be yours in Jesus' name. Congratulations to you once again. This is the Micro Enterprise Support Initiative Program of the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Lagos State. It's an empowerment program where we give tools and equipment to beneficiaries.
Just women alone? Or
No,
it cuts across?
It cuts across all gender, youths, old women, widows, the disabled, students that have graduated from our 19 skills acquisition centers spread across the 5 divisions of Lagos State. I wouldn't say capital. We've given equipment. Some have been given cash grants, but the cash grants was given to petty traders, not our graduates. Lagos is doing a lot in terms of empowerment. Like I said during my speech, Women Affairs is empowering, Wealth Creation is empowering, Office of the First Lady is empowering, Agric, Ministry of Agric is empowering. So a lot of empowerment programs are ongoing. I want to urge Lagosians to take advantage of all these opportunities. Like I say all the time, Lagos State has zero tolerance for poverty. So we're doing everything possible to eradicate poverty in Lagos State.
The Permanent Secretary, WAPA, Mrs. Reinat Ajibike Onigbanjo, also in her own remark, urged the beneficiaries to make the best use of the resources given to them, saying that they should allow them to serve as a foundation for building thriving enterprises that would benefit not only them and their families, but also the communities at large. The working tools donated and presented include stoning machines, aluminium fabricating machines, sewing machines, hairdressing kits, agricultural items, fertilizer, seeds, WAP sack sprayers, and orange-fleshed sweet potato vines and cake mixers. Others are photography equipment and cameras, two-face industrial burners with cooking pots, spatulas, slotted spoons and gas cylinders, vulcanizing machines, POS machines, popcorn machines with gas cylinders, pedicure sets, cash grant for petty traders, and pepper grinder.
I was practicing after graduation, did my internship. It came out very well. I was building my furniture. I received a call that, welcome, and the state wants to empower you again. They play. And I came here. I was given saw. I was given cutting machine. I was given different things. And now my packaging is different. And we all know there's in a packaging they sell. True of us, my people. True of us. Now packaging they sell. So this program has been able to package me. And now when I walk in to do any work, the look is different. The respect is there because I have all the equipment. So I will encourage my fellow brethren, please, don't let us sell it all. It will increase you. No matter the need you have, please keep your equipment. That is your way out of poverty.
The beneficiaries were admonished not to sell these equipment or misuse this opportunity as they'd been given to change their story, to uplift their families and contribute to their communities. The governor of Lagos embarked on an unscheduled 5-hour working tour of riverine communities in the state, accompanied by Dr. Bafemi Hamzat, Deputy Governor of the state, and members of the State Executive Council. Sanwo-Olu visited Ibeshe, Kare, and Inagbe communities bordering Ilashe to survey unapproved structures violating fiscal planning regulations. The governor inspected illegal developments along the coastline and assessed key infrastructure projects. He expressed dissatisfaction with the chaotic and disjointed developments along the coastal corridor, warning violators to desist from expanding businesses into unauthorized areas.
Ilashe, and we went to Ibeshe, and went to Kare, and we've driven, both on the lagoon side and also on the Atlantic Ocean side. We've been able to see and appreciate first the challenges that people face in this area, but also to see the enormous opportunity that we'll also have on this corridor. It's a full eco, system that would, what kind of shopping facilities must have, supermarkets, fire station, pharmacy, fuel station. It's a whole full, work-life experience that we believe that this trip has given us, has opened our eyes. And so what you're meant to you've seen things for yourself, and you know that as a government, we cannot fold our arms and not intervene and not support and not regulate. And so everything are part of the things that we have come here to see. So I want to thank you very much. You can see that we all have work to do, and we're committed, to doing the work. It's also it's not a warning, but it's a note of caution and information to a lot of people that have also done things wrongly here. That government will also come and correct it, so that we can come up with a win-win situation.
During the tour, Governor Sanwo-Olu handed over a 30 megavolt ampere electric transformer station in Ilashe to a co-disco, urging the power company to connect local homes to the national grid to support the growing tourism industry.
The substation, the transmission line substation here at Ilashe, and it's interesting to also report that Messrs. Eco Disco were also with us on this journey, And from there, we were able to see the step down, I think it's 30 MVA substation that is there. And you've also seen that we have powered the 11 kVA, from 133 to 30, from 132 to 33 and to 11. You've seen that everything has. What is now remaining is really just the connection to the various houses and to the various homes and facilities that we have here. And EcoDisco, there was an official handover of the step-down transformers, to them. So we're bringing life back into this community. But more importantly, we're also bringing a lot of order, a lot of sanity, a lot of reprocessing and understanding how livelihood needs to be. This is a major tourism area.
The governor also met with traditional rulers of the coastal communities to discuss plans for environmental improvements, enhanced security, and expanded healthcare access.
You've seen that within a kilometer apart, or 1.5 kilometers, we have both the Atlantic Ocean side and you have the lagoon side. So this whole stretch is a feature that we need to preserve. And so you also saw that we met with our traditional rulers. The KBACs also, all of them received us at one point in time or the other. So what we've seen is that there's also been a lot of disjointed building, going on. There's been a lot of abuse of the fiscal planning approval. There's been complete abuse on the lines that have been set. From the ocean, there are set lines that are known, that have been graded. You should not exceed, a certain building lines and the kind of things you also need to build. So these are all things that we've all seen. That's why we brought you up out here. And so what we're coming back to do with both fiscal planning, LAPCA, urban development, they will come and do full enumeration. We'll do a proper full, enumeration. We'll get as built, and we'll now be able to take a final decision. Final decision will be inclusive of how do we regularize, how do we give titles, how do we ensure that also the locals are not disadvantaged, how do we settle everybody, how do we ensure that life now can begin to come fully back into this neighborhood, and how do we ensure that the tourism potential, more importantly the tourism potential that this whole stretch have, how can government be a strong enabler, for that to happen and be able to, appreciate the opportunity and the potential that this place. And we also see that we have a lot of security personnel that are on ground. Maybe we still need to speak more with the Nigerian police so that they have proper representation. We have an area commander across the lagoon there, so maybe we need to also have, some other, boots on the ground on this side, and what kind of hospital facilities.
The governor has announced that the Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, alongside the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASG, will conduct a comprehensive enumeration of violations to inform final decisions on the issue. And the final decision will be inclusive of how to regularize, give titles, and ensure that the locals are not at a disadvantage. The Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development, has reiterated its commitment to tackling the growing menace of illegal dredging and its devastating impact on communities across the state. Speaking to members of staff of the ministry ahead of its first Waterfront Summit, scheduled for 12th September 2025, the Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Dayo Bush Alebiosu, called for active community involvement in confronting the crisis.
We will start by talking about the very first Waterfront Summit. It's never been done since the existence of the MWIG, Lagos State Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development. The theme, as we all know, is called Pressure on the Lagoon. Why the theme? As we know, we have 187 kilometers of coastline in Lagos. In Yoruba, they say, Boshinshe or Nikolunshi or Wawogun. What's happening to the lagoon is different from what's happening on the Atlantic coastline. However, When you take a look at it, our existence as a people depends on the lagoon. Without the lagoon, we can't be sat here today in this building, in the press center, this edifice built for the members of the press. We're dealing with all sorts of things. But what do you do when it's an act of God? You can only pray. But when it's an act of man, then it means you don't pray to man, you talk to man. It means we need to speak with each other. How does it concern us? It concerns everybody. When you look at it from the tourism point of view, what's happening with our waterfront? Everything that we're facing, I would say 95% of what we're facing is man-made, are man-made problems. When you consider or you look at issues of illegal reclamation and all sorts that's going on, it happens in the communities. It does not happen in Abuja and then they import it to Lagos. The problems is here. The fresh water we depend on, the boreholes we drink, the boreholes we sink for fresh water comes from the same lagoon. Waste is discharged into the lagoon. Thinning out of our lagoon. There are threats of salt water mixing with fresh water. What do we think would happen when, should, God forbid, should this natural disaster strike? What do we do? We're also dealing with the issues of rising cost of seafood. When we talk seafood, we don't have to think of the very exotic or the expensive or the exquisite ones. Let's even talk about the ones that are right here in front of us. They're becoming out of reach. When you consider or you look at issues of illegal reclamation and all sorts that's going on, it happens in the communities. It does not happen in Abuja and then they import it to Lagos. The problems is here. The fresh water we depend on, the boreholes we drink, the boreholes we sink for fresh water comes from the same lagoon. Waste is discharged into the lagoon. Thinning out of our lagoon. There are threats of salt water mixing with fresh water. What do we think would happen when, should, God forbid, should this natural disaster strike? What do we do? We're also dealing with the issues of rising cost of seafood. When we talk seafood, we don't have to think of the very exotic or the expensive or the exquisite ones. Let's even talk about the ones that are right here in front of us. They're becoming out of reach. Regular fish is becoming ridiculously expensive. What do we do? What do we do? This is a point where you also realize that when you look at, I like to know what is happening on the other side of the fence, not because I want to gossip about it, not because we want to gossip about it, but we want to learn from it.
The Commissioner has urged members of the public to register and participate in the summit through the official links available on all the ministry's social media platforms, noting that collective action is key to ending the scourge of illegal dredging.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. And we truly look forward to seeing you on the 11th of September 2025 at the Hotel and Suites. I know it's going to be an interactive session, like the HC had said. I know that we're looking forward to questions and answers, which we know that the experts are there to answer diligently. So I hope to see you there. And like we said, we have to work together. This is a partnership that is going to be for a long time. It's a partnership that we're all looking forward to, and it's a partnership that will be rewarding. Thank you so much.